my brother and Greta were speeding. I never thought a simple drive could turn into an unforgettable adventure. But that night, when my brother Jake and his best friend Greta decided to speed down the highway, it became a story we would talk about for years. Jake had always been passionate about cars. Ever since we were kids, he would spend hours in the garage with Dad, fixing engines and dreaming about driving the fastest cars. When he finally got his hands on a sleek black Mustang, he couldn't resist testing its power. Greta, his best friend since high school, was just as much of a thrill-seeker. She loved the rush, the wind in her hair, and the excitement of pushing limits. They were an unstoppable duo when it came to adventure. That evening, we were all hanging out at a roadside diner when Greta playfully nudged Jake. "I bet you can't hit 100 miles per hour before we reach the old bridge," she teased. Jake smirked. "Challenge accepted." I rolled my eyes. "Guys, maybe we should just enjoy the drive, not turn it into a race." "Relax, little bro," Jake said. "I know what I'm doing." Before I could argue, they were already in the Mustang, revving the engine. I quickly got into the back seat, knowing I had no choice but to tag along for the ride. As we hit the open highway, the engine roared, and the adrenaline kicked in. The speedometer climbed rapidly, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour. The world outside became a blur of streetlights and trees, the wind howling through the open windows. Greta laughed. "This is insane." "Keep going." Jake grinned, but he remained focused. His hands gripped the wheel tightly, his eyes locked on the road ahead. We approached the old bridge, and just as the speedometer hit 100 miles per hour, something unexpected happened. A deer suddenly leaped onto the road. Jake's reflexes kicked in instantly. He swerved, narrowly missing the animal, and brought the car to a controlled stop on the side of the road. Our hearts were pounding. "That was close," Greta exclaimed, her excitement now mixed with relief. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding. "Okay, maybe no more challenges like that?" Jake nodded, still gripping the wheel. "Agreed. I think I just learned my lesson. Speed is fun, but control is everything." From that night on, Jake still loved cars, but he never let speed control him. Instead, he started participating in legal track races, where he could push his limits safely. Greta, always up for a thrill, became his biggest supporter, cheering him on at every event. That drive became a story we often shared, not because of the speed, but because of the lesson it taught us. Sometimes, the real thrill isn't just in going fast, it's in knowing when to slow down.